Hi guys, welcome to the Friday update. This time we have a lot of new information, so you'll see me continuously looking up. I'm reading my little notes so that I don't forget or I don't say something inaccurate. Okay, so here we go. Documents. First of all, returning students, today you will find a new I-20 in your email with the following in the remarks box. Otero Junior College is not operating entirely online during the fall 2020 semester. The student is not taking an entirely online course load and will only take the minimum number of classes online classes required to make normal progress toward their degree plan. All students are enrolled in comprehensive insurance through Otero Junior College. So you might ask, why are you doing this? Well, while the July 6th guidance has been rescinded, there have been cases where students have been delayed at the border or not received their visa or turned away at the border. So I am trying to avoid that. So all of the new students, you should already have your I-20s as you have visa appointments coming up. So you were the first group that I did. As soon as you get that visa stamp, please send me a copy of that stamp in your passport so that we can work on getting you registered. After that, if you haven't met with me to schedule classes, please do so that we can get you going. If you are a returning student, you're getting them today. They're in your email. They are all electronic. What you do is you print them out. I've included a letter which kind of explains how the electronic is permissible, so that if you need it for a resource or if you have any problems, you can refer to that as well when you're coming into the country if you need it. The big thing is, don't throw out your old I-20s. If you are a returning student, you may need those to apply for OPT or to change status, to do different things within your I-20 if there's a problem later on. So it's just a verification of your status, so you want to keep those old I-20s. Okay, travel news, which is big. So on July 20th, the U.S. State Department posted this on Twitter. Students from the Schengen area, the UK and Ireland with valid F1 and M1 visas and their dependents may travel to the U.S. while the presidential proclamations 9993 and 9996 are in effect. They do not need to seek a national interest exception to travel. So, if you're in the Schengen area, Germany, France, Portugal, Spain, Malta, Switzerland, Austria, and there's a lot of other countries, but I think I've named all of ours. You are allowed to come without a national interest exception. However, I did some checking on the U.S. embassies online, and in Portugal, they're calling for a COVID-19 test in the last 72 hours of travel, before in 72 hours before you travel, within that time frame. So if you're coming through Portugal, please take that into effect. The exact wording was, all travelers must present proof of a negative COVID-19 test conducted within the last 72 hours. Your airline may refuse to board you without evidence of a negative COVID-19 test conducted in the last 72 hours. Passengers arriving to Portugal without these test results are subject to refusal of entry and or mandatory testing at the cost of the passenger, as well as quarantine until the results of the test. Additionally, all passengers arriving are subject to mandatory temperature checks and may be required to undergo secondary health screening and or COVID testing. So if you are going through Portugal, consider this, please. Currently in Brazil, the U.S. Embassy has stated entry into the United States remains suspended per presidential proclamation for foreign nationals of all nationalities, including Brazilians, who are present in Brazil within 14 days prior to their arrival at the port of entry. These travel restrictions do not apply to U.S. citizens, lawful permanent residents, or green card holders, most immediate family members of U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents, and specific categories of individual visa holders who are identified in the proclamation. Now, I didn't see who this exactly is referring to, so I will go back and see if I can't find that information. But you might try reaching out to the embassy. I will try reaching out to the U.S. State Department to investigate and see if I can find out any further information. Okay, I have not discovered any disruptions in travel for other students, but I would advise that you reach out to your nearest embassy, contact your airlines, and know your travel path before you leave to head off any potential issues. All students should try to arrive before 7 p.m. on August 12th for transport by OJC. You will be taken directly to the residence halls and move in at that time. You may be placed in quarantine. You may be placed in the room you're going to move in, but you will be placed on campus in campus housing. Okay, so Housing and Student Services are currently working to determine what type and if there's going to be a quarantine necessary for international students upon your arrival. I will update you with more information as decisions are made, but you will be sorted out with meals and such as needed. Please let me know if you require bedding, even on a temporary basis, so I can sort something out for you short term if you need it. All right, classes. Okay, so there's 3 different types of classes. CCC online classes, and those are completely online. They're run by the Colorado Community College System, and they are $401.25 per credit hour. OJC online, which are run by our instructors so we can give a discount, are $371.25 per credit hour. Those are the online classes. However, if you're taking hybrid remote, and in-person classes, those are $255.65 per credit hour. So there are substantial differences between the rates between online classes and in-person or hybrid classes. So we want to lean you towards the hybrid classes, so that you can make the most out of your scholarship, to make the most out of your what you have to actually pay as well. There are also different fees associated with different classes. Those who have scholarships your scholarships will be applied to your account, but it's usually after the last day to drop. So we want to get you into the right classes, get you settled, let you look at your bill and minus your scholarship or scholarships, so that you will know approximately how much you're going to owe for the semester. Okay? If you have to arrive late due to visas or quarantine for any reason, we can work with your professors those first few days until your arrival, so that you won't miss a lot of class and get off track. I've had students question whether they can take online classes and trade to in-person classes. Most likely, there's not going to be a change. If you start with online classes, you'll need to maintain online classes throughout the semester. But there might be a possibility of you coming back during that time. The concern and issues are going to be surrounded by housing and what we're going to do as far as where you're going to live, what you'll be charged. But you will be, you'll be definitely in online classes if you decide to come later than that. I believe the last data drop is September 2nd. I think we can probably go through the first week, maybe part of the second, if quarantined, if you're on campus. After that, it's going to be really hard to change. We can't change your classes after September 2nd for sure. But we might be able to accommodate you if you're in online classes and can return. That may change depending on what USCIS and the government says. It may be that they're not allowing students without in-person classes to return at that time, in which case you would have to wait to return until January. Okay, I know that was a big question earlier today. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to quickly go over is that students will go through a daily temperature check and receive a colored bracelet each day to help identify potential concerns with health issues that you and your classmate might be having. We've had a really low instance of COVID in the La Junta and Otero County area, and it's our intention to do our best to help us all stay safe this fall. Okay, so remember that we care, and our best for safe and smooth travels are with you. Stay safe, and we'll see you in our next update. Let me know if you have any questions or concern, as I'll focus what I research and rely on the questions that you're asking. See you later.